Hello, hello, hello. That's Private Talk Podcast with Alexis, Texas. And we're back, season 2, and we have the pleasure of having the lovely singer-songwriter, Amina Buddafly. Hello, welcome. Thank you for coming to Private Talk. I appreciate you taking the time, and I get to know you a little bit better.
Yes, thanks for having me. This is cool, a cool welcome. I like that.
We do it big here, it's not, everything's bigger in Texas because that's where I'm from, but that's how we like to do things on Private Talk too.
Love it.
So Private Talk wants to get to know you a little bit more. Tell us about your background, what you have going on right now.
Okay.
So know all the juicy details.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Germany, born and raised, so you may hear an accent when I speak. But I've been in America like 19 years, almost 20 now. Half my life.
How was that when you first, your first experience? How was that?
So I was 19 when me and my two sisters,
you're a twin, right?
Yeah, I have a twin and then an older sister, and we were a singing group. So we were always singing together, and our goal was to go to America and become superstars and, make it in the music industry. And so we just flew to New York in 2002. And we just kind of wanted to see, what it's like. And it was such a big dream of ours. We never would have thought that we actually would end up getting signed, which we did. And, had a long journey of ups and downs in the music industry as Black Buddafly, which was the group name. And then, I just kind of got stuck in America. Always loved it, loved the challenge, loved the talent as far as music and singers that's over here. Because where we grew up in Germany is it's a little different. We grew up feeling a little, not understood, and, the type of music that we liked, which is like the 90s R&B that influenced us a lot. That type of music was just not made over there. So, yeah, we, did a lot as Black Buddafly. And then I somehow ended up going solo years later, 2 record deals later, 2 failed record deals later. But I ended up going solo, and I ended up doing reality TV, and ended up getting married, ended up having kids, and now, I'm a single mom of 2 girls.
Awesome. Reality TV, gift or curse?
Both, I have to say. I always give that answer because it comes with good and bad. But for me, it's just I try to focus on the good because, you can't turn back time and be like, okay, sometimes I think what would be if I didn't do it? Where would I be? But then I'm like, I'm wasting time thinking about that because I did it. I have to deal with, my decision, and I'm trying to focus on the good. So
do you miss it?
I don't, but recently I've started thinking about possibly, and I've been in talks here and there with people about going back to reality. But I needed a good break. So it's been 5 years since I left Love and Hip Hop, and it was good. I needed that. Get away from it a little bit.
Do you still watch Love and Hip Hop yourself?
I don't. No. I honestly.
So you stepped away.
Yes, the truth is I never watched it before or after. I only watched it because I was on. This is
I mean, I get that. I did that with, my own stuff. I had a way different scenario, but I was, I used to be in the adult industry, and I never watched it before I got into it.
Oh, wow.
I just did it because that was how I expressed myself, artistically. That's how I was my art. And then I watched maybe one of mine. I was like, no, I'm good. I was like, y'all like it, y'all keep it. I'm just gonna do it. And then I just looked at it that way. So very different elements and parallels, but in the same thing of you never know what it is.
I also couldn't watch an episode more than once. When it aired, I would watch because there was always something that would be surprising, or I just needed to know how they edited it, how it looks on TV. But I cannot rewatch.
Rewatching is always the cringe because it's you're living your life and you're doing what's organic to you, and I think that's what makes it more authentic. Oh yeah. And everyone thinks it's scripted, and I don't think it's scripted every detailed, but scenarios, obviously certain things, but it's your real life, so it's you can't not take that back just living in it. So I feel when you watch it almost comes unauthentic because you're like, oh my god, I look like this, or oh I said that, or oh my god, you second guess yourself so much. Which is good and bad because you can take and evolve from that, and you want to see because you don't really, nobody checks yourself, except for those few good friends that we have that you'll be like, oh yeah, fuck, I should watch what I say or how I say it or react to certain things because we mess up. We're human. Definitely. But you know what I mean? But the whole thing is, waking up and doing it again the next day and evolving from that. So I'm sure, that has a bit of a growth thing too, but also mentally, I'm sure. And just for your family as well, taking a step back is really important as well, because it's you need to live and refocus on what's important and taking away from keeping those secrets and being this is mine. This is mine. So with all that being said, like, it's gift and a curse kind of thing. So would you do your own new show or do something that if you had the or opportunity to do it again?
Yes, I would actually love my own show would be great. I've never had my own show, which is really all about me. I'm a really open person, so I don't mind, my life. I display my life every day on social media anyway, and I really don't hold back. I'm not really, even though I'm a little private, but at the same time, I showcase, I'm not afraid of showcasing.
Yeah, like what you have going on, like you're, a single mom and doing all those things, which is important too. And I think that that's why it allows, from the show as well. Yeah. It gave you a platform to intensify that. I think that, you are so comfortable and people should feel the same way because it's your everyday life.
Yeah, I'm just living my truth, and whether it's good or bad, I'm not afraid to show it or, I would love my own show because that way, I could actually, show people who I really am. I always felt misunderstood on that show. And that's why I ended up writing my book, The Other Woman, where I kind of told my story out of my perspective. Because I just, sometimes you look at yourself and you're like, that's not really, it looks way different than how it actually was. So
let's talk about that. You say, what's one thing that people misunderstood about you? Or you feel
that I'm just, they had this idea of who I was because of what was shown. And a side of me was that, they were just showing one side of me. There's so much more to who I am. And that I felt so people put this, she's, they had their idea of the person that I am. She's stupid, she's this, she's naive, she's always sad, she's always crying. I wasn't always crying. Even during filming, I wasn't always being disappointed. It was just that's all they saw. I wasn't
that's
always,
what they focus on.
Yeah. So there were other times where I was happy and I was, that was just not shown at all. So a lot of stuff was left out, and that made me feel like.
Do you think that that's what kind of gives you a voice and a power to be on your social media now that it's your own thing and you control it and you do that and show you?
Totally. And I feel like it's also at least power back. The people that have followed me since then, they have seen and gotten to know who I really am, and I love it. That's why I'm so I love when people, I get so many messages oh my God, you're really not like that, and you're really not, and they don't even know me still, but I feel like I'm showing them more of who I really am because I'm always authentic on, my platforms, and I always tell the truth, and I feel like it shines through and it shows. So
that's awesome. That's a big accomplishment, you know what I mean? Yeah. And stepping out on your own and just living in your truth, right. And showing sometimes are good days, sometimes are bad days, but it's life. And, it's just how you, react to situations. Definitely. Being the better part. So are you still doing music?
Always. I don't think I will ever stop doing music. So my latest project was with my twin sister, actually. We finally brought the group back together and did a Black Butterfly album in 2020.
So we're going to get an album number 2?
So right now I'm trying to see what's next because I've been doing album after album after album as an independent artist. And, it's a lot. It's a lot of work when you're not signed and you're doing everything yourself. It gets overwhelming. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I need a little break. But at the same time, I have the urge to be creative and put out music. This is what I do.
Is it easier when your sisters are involved?
I love doing stuff with, especially my twin, who is still she loves when we're doing the group thing. I'm more I like doing my own thing. I play instruments and stuff like that. So I like to write alone. And so sometimes it gets, during the process of writing the album, it was a little, we clashed a little because I was in my own head and not letting her input get to me. And so, but I love, my sisters are my favorite people to work with, both of them. But yeah, we possibly may put out a song, another song, or maybe even another album or project, or yeah.
I'm going for album. We need album number 2.
Another Black Butterfly album.
Yeah, I feel like, people have been waiting. It's been a long time since it's been out there, but it's you know what I mean? Sometimes it's great to be and fly on your own, but it's also sometimes to go back and where it all began and give us a number 2.
True. Good idea. And people actually love us together as twins so much.
It's just one of those things that it's cool to see. You don't see that sometimes, especially people who are the bond and things like that. I feel like people gravitate to those great energies, which is really great to have.
Yeah.
So what is your dating life like right now?
Oh man, it's so hard for me to date as a mother of 2 little ones, and I'm just so, I don't know, I've become so picky, I want to say, but I feel like in a good way. I don't know, but maybe my standards are too high now after everything I've been.
Don't ever say that, dude. It can't be too high.
I really don't know what it is, but it's so difficult for me to like somebody because.
So have you put yourself out there as far as like dating apps, or is it like something because of like your personality in entertainment? Is it harder to like get real authentic people? So it's like. Because I'm in the point where it's like dating apps, not for me. Like it's just so not. I'm old school. Like and it's hard obviously because with COVID, it's like you go there's no dating. You don't want to be around people. You don't know how to act. Sometimes you're like, things that you wouldn't normally think about before, but mindfully so. And so it's like, how do you meet people organic? So it's like, how does that happen for you? So what's been.
That is like the question I always ask my
people sliding in your DMs, Amina?
A little bit here and there, but most, like 99% of that is just, like, first of all, if you slide in my DMs and you have a private profile, you're not going to get a response.
I always wonder that too. I'm like, how do they think that? You think I'm going to follow you?
Exactly. How do you think I'm going to even answer?
You know how many questions to arrive after that follow button is hit? If I really, and then what if I have to unfollow you just because I have to see?
Exactly.
Gotta wait for that, requested, accepted thing.
That really, I don't know. I haven't really made any real connections via like DMs or anything. And dating apps, I always feel like somebody may know me on there. Like, I don't know.
Or they think they're getting catfish at these times too. So sometimes people, they kick them off. And that's the other part. It's like, I just want to date. Let me live.
Exactly. I like organically meeting someone. And I also, most people I've dated in the past, I was friends with them first. So that's the way that I know how it normally goes for myself. I'm friends with somebody and then there's something else develops.
So you think your soulmate is someone you already know?
Possibly, but I couldn't think of who.
But sometimes, that's why, again, organic. If I'm going to have in the right time and it's doing all those things, it'll all happen. So how is your co-parenting with Peter? It's
good. It's actually, our relationship is much better than ever, better than when we were together. It's just that he's not really around that much because, he doesn't live in California and he got 8 other kids. And so it's always hard to get him to spend time with the girls. We just actually went like last weekend for Father's Day. I took the girls to see him. And it's great, but it's just, I picked somebody that has a lot on their plate to have kids with. So I try to, I really don't, I take my own accountability because I chose to have kids with him and I knew how he is. So I can't complain now. I got to deal with it. So.
Do you watch his show Cheaters that he's hosting?
Yes. I've seen a few episodes that he's.
How do you feel about his hosting?
Funny. I just can't stop laughing when I watch it. It's I feel like he's a good host for it though.
Did you bet any money on his fight that he had?
Man, I didn't bet money, but I did bet on him. I had I really thought he was going to win. Yeah. You really did not see it coming. That
you're always going to be his cheerleader, though. I guess that's really cool, though, to be a part. You know what I mean? He's a special part of your life, even though if it didn't work out or not. You know what I mean? Things happen. For sure. They happen for reasons. You have 2 beautiful blessings out of that, and you just take the good with the bad. But
totally,
I don't know. I feel like if my ex-husband was in the ring trying to get punched and whatever, I wouldn't bet on him. And
really?
Nope, not at all. I would bet on the other side. I'm sorry, and I have an ex-husband, and I don't care if he's watching, but I would not bet on him. No, but we have no children, so it's very different.
Yeah,
it's very different. We don't have, after we separated, we didn't have that bond to where we need to, so you constantly have him in your life. So it's a little bit different. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, nah, punch him. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just I'm not mad at him anymore for anything. I totally completely forgiven him.
But it's still,
Right. Okay.
It's a competitive sport. It's not something you want something bad to happen to him, but it's nice to be sit around sometimes.
Okay.
Just knock some sense into you, maybe.
Okay. Right. Makes sense.
So is there anything during COVID that you learned that you didn't know prior to?
I think we all just learned or really got to sit and take a moment and realize what really matters. But
I feel like everyone went with good and bad. I've had people on the couch be like, how it was really great and then really bad.
Really, for me, great.
See, me too. That's why it's very race. It's some people really learned certain things, or they learned things about their lives that they changed completely and did a different career or a different goal or things like that. But that's why
one thing for me that was good was that I didn't feel like I'm missing out on everything anymore.
No FOMO. FOMO.
Yes. Because I remember before COVID, every day or all the time, I would be people would invite me or, I would miss stuff. I wouldn't be able to do so many things because of my kids, and I can't be out all the time. And now when COVID happened, it was like nothing's going on, and I can still work. I work from home anyway. Nothing really stopped for me. I continued being creative and all of that stuff. And actually during 2020, me and my sister were making the album, so we were actually extra creative and busy, and we spent more time with the kids, and it was great. I really did not, and I'm somebody, I don't need to always be around people. Like I like,
even though you have the FOMO.
Yeah, just
it's like you want to be there, but you don't. But you want to look at it from afar. That's what's good about social media. You know what I mean? Because it's like you feel like you're there, but then sometimes you're like, man, I can. That's what it either inspires you, or you're just like, I'm just still take my ass in the house and stay right here.
Yeah, exactly.
So what can we expect from you? What do you have going on currently?
Okay, so I do have actually another EP coming out with Life Jennings, who is R&B artist that some people may know. We worked on a project together, and we have a single coming out called Flawless Diamond. That is, I don't even have the date, but it's coming soon. And that is my main project for this year as far as music. But me and my sister are starting our fitness brand. My twin sister is coming to visit this summer from Germany. She moved back, but we're doing a lot of fitness stuff together. I'm also currently studying to become a yoga instructor. Just a side thing. But besides that, still promoting my music and my books, and hopefully doing some shows finally again now that, stuff is kind of opening up. I've actually done one in May, I want to say. And then I have some booking requests that I got to sort out. But yeah, I can't wait to get back on stage.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
So I see that you're competing in Miss Health and Fitness.
I am. Oh my God, you asking me about that?
Yeah.
This is like my last 3 days have been like, I gotta get into the top 15. So yeah, I just, I don't even know how it came about. I saw it somewhere and I just decided to jump in and compete. And
have you always been like really like focused on fitness and workout stuff? Is it something that new coming in with the last couple of years? Like
yes.
How did that journey even come about? Because that's a big, obligation and really commitment to yourself, and like something that not a lot of people have.
I've always been like into like being fit and stuff, but not until after I had children have I really like dove into it and really. And actually, I've been in better shape since after kids than before kids. There's like this thing I posted where like before kids and after kids, and I look better after kids.
That's probably like you're competing against yourself kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm always very competitive against myself with that, and like even with my music, I don't put out anything that I don't think is better than what I've done before. But with this fitness stuff, like the older I get, I feel like the more I'm into being healthy, being fit, and like looking, I feel like I look better every year too. So
like fine wine, you get better with time.
Yes, I don't mind. I'm one of those people, I don't mind getting older, even though I'm like literally pushing 40.
There's nothing wrong with that. We support that here at Private
I feel
Talk.
good.
But that's what's important. Great. You know what I mean? If like you feel 40 and you didn't feel, or if you was in a bad place, whatever, it's different. But you seem like you're glowing. You seem very happy. You seem very grounded where you are in your life and where you come from or whatever. And you've gone through a lot of hard things, but you seems like you've kind of come into your own and kind of like lived your own truths, and that's important. More
and more every year. And the thing is too, like I come from the opposite, because growing up as a teenager, I hated everything about me. I had no confidence. I was literally a depressed teenager. Like I didn't want to live because I did not like myself or anything about me. And now I've come to learn to love me, and it's like such a contrast, and it just feels so great, and to know that it's possible.
Give you applause for that. That's important though. A lot of people, you know what I mean? Women find that you either have it or you don't, but it's also something that it's like you kind of grow into. You know what I mean? There's people have self-image issues, people have, family issues or, all kinds of different things that kind of sometimes pull us down in certain things when we should always be grounded, but we don't always know that. And so it's cool to like kind of see you just blossom into something really beautiful.
Yeah, and the crazy part too is that all my heartbreaks and the stuff that men have done to me contributed to me, loving myself more for some reason. Because they didn't love me, I learned how to love me myself. So I always look back on all those failed relationships, and I'm like, I'm actually thankful, because without those, I wouldn't know how to love myself
You also said in an interview that your daughters made you a better person. Yes. Do you think that contributes to that as well? Can you elaborate?
Too, absolutely. They definitely, yeah. I mean, I was always the type of person that said, like, I don't know if I would do good with kids. I don't even know if I want kids. I'm so career driven. I'm the one in the family that had kids last. And I was like, I don't think I need kids, you know? And now I'm like, oh my God, if I would have never known what it's like, this is like the most amazing thing. And it's just made me go back to understanding that, you know, that the little things are just matter so much, and they just make me a happier person. Just, you know, simply said, that's really what it is.
So like loving yourself because you have 2 daughters. Do you feel like because you have them to look up to you to make you feel that way? Do you feel like that kind of, you know,
oh my God,
was that process of that?
Yes, totally. And they just, the love that they give me, like, I've never felt that from anybody else. And it's so sweet. It's so sweet to also see, like, my oldest, she is like, just like, when I like get into it with either one of them and I yell at one of them, the other one goes and consoles them. The other one, and I look at it and I'm like, oh, I made the sweetest little girls. It's like so sweet to see. But
how is it being a twin?
It's great now. I hated it as a kid. Hated it. I hated being a twin because you are not an individual. You are part of, you know.
Always.
You are not looked at as a person. And then I hated it also because my twin sister was the one that always got the compliments and I didn't. That's part of why I ended up, you know, becoming, you know, puberty hit, and I was the one that was like the chubby one, and Germany is like, if you're not skinny, you're not beautiful. That's literally how, you know, I grew up. And so my twin sister was the slim twin, and I was the, you know, I had like literally big boobs at 14, 15. And I was just, I was not happy with who I was. And so, my twin sister, again, was the one that was always complimented. And now it's totally changed. I love having her, and like somebody that just knows me so well and that I know understands me. I don't even have to really explain what's going on. Like we know how the other one feels.
It's like the great look. You just know.
Yes, it's great, man. And it's also, you know, at the same time, like we've been living apart for 10 years now, because all our life until we were 27, 28, we lived together, worked together, did everything together, you know, besides dating. But then she moved back to Germany, and it was like, I think it was really tougher for her than me, because I wanted to have my own life and my own independence and my own career, everything. But she was still like, she wanted to do this together, like, you know.
Did that have any conflict in in your relationship?
No, because she also, even though she felt that way, and I know it, she also understood where I'm at with it, and she wanted to let me be and do that. And so I felt like it brought her to a phase of like, you know, being depressed like for a while when she moved back and had her son, and she really didn't know what to do with life, because she felt like I kind of separated myself from her, and being twins all our life together, doing everything together. All of a sudden, I didn't really want to do everything together. For her, it was really hard, I think. And we never really spoke about it, but I talk about it in my book because I could feel it.
Yeah. And I'm sure, like, you know, being twins, you're connected. And, you know, it's in general just being connected with people in general, but then like having that internal connection where it's like, you may not have to talk about it, but, you know, even just you speaking on it and your truth to it, you can maybe give some solitude and like comfort to her and knowing that the different side of it. Because at those times, sometimes when you internalize it as well, you sometimes forget that, other people have feelings too. And it's not just like, it's not just what I felt, but it's about both, you know, things going on at the same time. Mm-hmm. So do you have a music collaboration, any artist that it could be dead or alive? What would it be?
Oh my God.
Or who would it be?
Oh my God, I get this question so much and I never know who to say, but dead or alive. I mean,
I'll give you some time. Hey.
Oh my God. I think I would have to pick one of the greats, like Stevie Wonder, like, you know, those are the people that I'm most influenced by. But obviously, like my vocally, my idol has always been Mariah Carey, even though I really don't fancy her music now. But I heard the 90s Mariah. So I would love to sing with her. Stevie Wonder, and, you know, some people that are current that I feel like I fit in as somebody like Tori Kelly. Oh my God, just because I feel like she writes the way that I write on her guitar and stuff like that. So yeah, Robin Thicke is somebody I love.
I like it. You've got lots. I like it. We're going to see what the thing is about manifesting, not the ones that are, dead, obviously, but the inspiration behind those people that are, those things. Obviously, I'm a big manifester and speaking it into existence and making those things happen. But yes, I like that. So you tweeted, I met my match last night in a dream. Woke up and wanted to cry. He was everything. Can you describe your match?
Man, okay. It's a blur, but he was a white guy in the studio. He was, I want to say engineer, but he was at the board. So he was something musical, like something musical about him. At least he was in the environment of, creating music. And it was a chemistry thing. It was a feeling. I don't even really remember what happened in the dream, but I just remembered that feeling that I had. And it was like the love at first sight thing that I never experienced in real life. But in that dream, I did experience it. And I woke up, I really wanted to cry. I was like, why can't this happen in real life?
So could you not see like what this person, who he was, as far as like what it looked like, or someone that you maybe already know because,
just the way he was, he adored me. I never had a man that really like adored me. I always was more into the man than the man was into me. And I think that's why none of my relationships worked out. Because I believe that now I feel like I want somebody that is like so crazy about me.
Nurture
I never
you
had
and
that.
love you and be like.
And that's what it was in that dream. So he was just,
That's beautiful though. I feel like, when those things happen, it's like spiritually, like that's like blocking, your thoughts or, your spirituality inside of you, knowing that that's going to happen because, you've gone through certain things in your life or whatever, and that wasn't for you. But now it's like how you say your expectations, maybe they're too high. They're not, because there's going to be someone that will match you. It may not be now. It may not be like when you think it is, because that's when we least expect it, as cliche as that sounds. But it's a beautiful thing that you just had that in your like spirit to know that is capable. Because if you know it's capable, then you know that it will come to you and it'll find you.
I love it.
It will find you. Yes. So please let us know your social medias where we can find your EP, all your things going on. Let us know.
So social at Amina Buddafly. It's Buddafly with 2 Ds, Buddafly. And I have 3 full albums out there, all on Spotify and, Apple Music, iTunes, and everywhere. All streaming platforms have my albums and my EPs. And and then I have a website, I am Amina.com, where everything is linked to. So
that's right, Private Talk. Better go and follow all her things, support her, because I just love what you have going on. I like the energy. I like all of these things. You also have 2 books that you did. Tell us about those.
So The Other Woman was my first book, and that came about after reality TV. And I just wanted to tell my story out of my perspective, or the story that was told, but out of my perspective. And I just added on a lot of things, like what we just talked about, my upbringings, and, some things that just explain why I am the way I am, why I made the decisions that I made. And just for people that always had their opinion about me, I always encourage everybody, read the book, and then you can tell me how you feel about me, So that's The Other Woman. And then My Dishes and More is my lifestyle 30-day guide to a better, healthier, and happier you. Because after I got out of the heartbreak and I came to the other side, I feel like I just came out so much stronger and so much more powerful and so much more positive. And I just always get these questions from them. And how do you do it all? How you balance, your kids and you still do your music? How do you work out with kids? And they have all these questions about what I eat. And so I just decided to write all my recipes, my little regimens, my fitness routines, and, how I got into yoga. I get that question every day. So I wrote everything in My Dishes and More. It's spelled M-I Dishes and More. It's on Amazon, and it's like a 280-page thick book with lots of amazing images, me and my kids, and just positive stuff, that awesome. Women can follow if they want to feel better in their day-to-day.
For sure. So what are some of your workout routines?
So I really took the pressure off. When I started taking the pressure of it, it became better. Because I used to, before...
Like pressure, explain that.
Before kids, it's like, oh God, I have to run today. I have to run for 30 minutes. I have to do 100 crunches. I have to do this. It was like too much pressure.
Because of like life, society, like how society makes us feel like we're supposed to look? Or because that's something that you already were doing, because I remember like for me in my 20s, it was more like, oh, you're eating, drinking. Okay, I got to go to the gym. If I'm going to do that, then I need to like do something or whatever. Then in my 30s, it's like, I do it for health reasons. It's more like feeling better and my anxiety and like, mental clarity.
Oh yeah.
So it's different. But back then you're just like, oh, I got to look skinny.
Exactly.
I got to look skinny.
Exactly. Like that's what it used to be in my 20s. All about how I looked. I can't gain weight. Now it's exactly what you said. It's about a whole, it's mental. Like I feel happier after I exhaust myself physically. So it's definitely a whole lifestyle. And taking the pressure off. What I mean is not beating myself up when I don't make it to the gym or when I just
loving yourself.
And loving myself more. And also when I eat a burger, like not, be gentle with myself and say it's okay. Tomorrow I go back to my healthy stuff and just things like that, or switching it up a lot. So I don't go hard and crazy hard in the gym every day. I don't sweat all the time. Sometimes I just do a little hike and, doing different things, not always sticking to the same thing. I know a lot of people that work out in phases. They go hard for a month. They get a trainer. They, lose 10 pounds and then you go back to the, you have to find something that you actually start liking and that you can stick with.
Is that why yoga came to you?
Yoga, yeah, definitely. That came to me, oh gosh, it's now 10 years ago, something like that. But it's just the mental part of it. I never really looked at that aspect. It was all about just, not gaining weight. But now it's so much more than that. And yoga just has given me this ability to have this inner just calm,
peace,
peace and calm. And it's just such a superpower when nothing can get to you. Like when, nobody can really make me get enraged. Like
it's powerful though. I mean, it really is. Cause it's like one of those things, like it's like how, or I was talking about, it's how you react to situations. Mm-hmm. Everybody deals with it. And everyone has hardships. Everyone has good times, bad times, all these things. But it's also how we react to each one of those situations. And, and really defies you, later on in life. But that's cool. I like that.
Totally.
Yeah. What is one subscription that you could not live without?
Ooh, oh my God. I think now after the pandemic, the Amazon Prime. I feel like because I just use it all the time now. Wait, maybe there's another.
It can be anything from music. It can be anything because there's from Netflix. There's also the iTunes. There's the Tidal.
Yeah. I mean, I have my Apple subscription that I feel like I definitely don't want to give up now. But yeah,
Disney. That's good.
I'm not a show watcher. Like I don't watch anything. I don't need none of that Netflix or. My kids do. They couldn't live without it.
Yeah. But for you.
Yeah, for me, it would definitely be something like probably Apple Music or Amazon. Yeah, one of those two.
One of those two. We'll take those. We'll take it. All right. So we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we're going to get to my favorite part called Truth with Texas.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
All right, Private Talk, we are back, and we are ready for my favorite part is Truth with Texas. We're going to get to know you a little bit better. We're going to play a little game. We've got 4 cards here. Each suit is a different question. Okay. So we're going to get to know you a little bit better.
Let's do it. Oh, I just...
Pick one, tell us what it is.
Hearts.
Ooh, romantic. All right.
Okay.
Would you consider yourself a romantic?
Yeah, I do. It's hard. The reason why I hesitated is because I never had I don't think I ever had a romantic man. So I feel like
you said earlier, sorry to interrupt you, but you said you're usually probably the one who's the giver.
Yeah.
So you've probably been either the one who's been the romantic person doing things.
Yeah.
So what's the most romantic thing you've done for a partner?
I mean, just like surprises, setting up stuff for Valentine's Day,
being thoughtful and like doing like those kind of extravagant things.
Yes, exactly.
So we need a man out there, Private Talk, that's going to do those romantic things for her, because you need to be pleased yourself and not always be the pleaser. I have that problem myself because I always want to make someone feel good.
Yep.
But you know what? Sometimes people need to make us feel good, girl.
Exactly. Like I always see all these, like, you know, how you look on the gram.
The FOMO's coming. The FOMO's coming.
Yeah, no, but all these couples posting what their man did for them on Valentine's Day. And I look at it like I never had none of that ever.
I haven't either. But you know what? It's coming. It's coming to you because you manifest what you want. And again, don't ever say that you're bound, or what did you, not boundaries, you said your expectations were too high, because there's going to be someone who's going to check all those boxes, and it may not be like Mr. Forever, but it'll be right now. And then the next one will be like, you know, that you get a little bit more and more. I think our biggest thing is like, you just need to get out there more, which is hard to do because of the fact that, you know, like you said, in your situation, in your, you know, position, you don't know if people are dating you or dating like you know, which you know what that means. Yeah. One of those things. But we're going to make it happen. I see it. I see it for you. All right. Do you like sex on the first date?
I've done it, but I feel like every time I did it, I regretted it. It's only happened a couple times, I think. And I regretted it because I felt like after that, the type of guys that I did it with, they just didn't value.
Not worthy.
Yeah. So,
favorite place to be kissed?
Kitchen, maybe?
No, not like central place, like your neck, your cheek, your like.
My body. Ooh. Okay. Probably somewhere like here on right here, like my
where your heart is. Yes, I like it. That's where you put it, so you have like, this is the target. Hey, right here.
Actually, no, but could be.
Be like, hey, go to the heart and go left, maybe right. All right, favorite romantic movie.
Oh my God, what's that? Favorite romantic movie. Damn.
Lingerie or naked?
Give me like some. Lingerie.
I'll let you think about that one. You say you don't like it on the spot, so we'll let you linger on that one. Lingerie or naked?
Naked.
Lights on or off?
Off.
Booty shorts or a thong?
Booty shorts.
Sleep naked or with clothes?
Naked.
Foreplay or sex?
It depends on the day, but I like foreplay.
I thought you were going to say, it depends on the guy.
That too.
That does matter. It's a big key component. All right, let's move on to the next card. See, that's not so bad. We're warming up.
Fun. Okay. What is this one called? Sorry.
A club.
German.
The club is a kinky question. Mm-hmm. Ooh, right. So what kinky question can we ask our Private Talk? Most number of times you've had sex in one day?
I don't remember, but maybe.
I want the truth!
I don't think more than 3 or 4, something like that.
It was probably 4.
Probably, yeah.
Last dirty dream that you had?
Oh my God.
I mean, you had a pretty vivid dream about your Prince Charming who's
really
coming
dirty,
for you.
Though. Right.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I know that you have it in you, is what I'm telling you. Your dreams are vivid, girl. I know what you wanted it.
You know, but I always wake up at the wrong moment.
You're like, damn it, if I just waited a little longer, I'd know the outcome of this. I just never remember mine.
I don't either. I mean, not fully.
Rough or sensual sex?
Sensual.
Favorite sex toy?
I don't know what it's called, but I have it at home. It's like a 3 thing. Like it's like, I don't know what it's called. I really don't.
Is it like?
But it's like this.
Is it a clitoral stimulator or is it inserted?
Clitoral.
So it's probably like one of those G-spot things, like, or you like put it on, like, what is it?
Yeah. I have no idea what it's called. I know what it looks like.
I should know this, but I don't because I didn't really like that one.
Oh,
but
really?
It's like, But I don't know if it's the same one. But
Maybe you can give me a good one because I need some new ones.
I got you, girl. After this show, I got you. I've got some of my own sex toys that I have my face on.
Oh, okay, yes.
They're not like mine, but they're mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to scare you away from it. Okay. But yes, it'll be fun. Yay. Do you enjoy watching your partner get off? Like if you were in the room, would you like to do solo things, or you just always like to participate?
No, not really. Not my thing.
Hitachi or dildo? I already know this answer because you said.
But I like both.
Both? Yeah. So then maybe you need something with both.
I do. I never had that.
That's
I never tried it.
Do you like being blindfolded during sex?
Never happened to me, so I don't know. I would have to do it to find out.
Favorite time of day to have sex?
I want to say morning, but I think I prefer the nighttime.
Are you more freaky at nighttime?
Yeah.
I like it. So I don't know. I feel like I like both, but I don't know. If I feel like I had to pick one, I'm way more energetic wise.
Oh yeah.
At night.
Yeah.
Like in the morning, I like to have sex.
Thank you. Exactly.
But it's a different kind of I'm not gonna bust it wide open. And we're just gonna have great sex.
Yeah.
It's just a different kind. But it's still gonna be good. Don't get me wrong. We're gonna go 2-3 times first, but that's just me. I'm just projecting. No. All right. Next card. Diamond. So spicy question, which we're all a little spicy. Celebrity hall pass.
What's hall pass?
Well, I guess in your situation, you have a celebrity well, I can't do that to you either. I'm not going to put you out there like that. Celebrity hall pass would be like if you were in a relationship and then you had the one celebrity that regardless of what happened and who you were with, it's like you get a pass for it. Like it doesn't consider
for cheating. Me?
Yeah, for you.
Damn.
Mine used to be like David Beckham all the time because I was like, if I ever see this man, I'm sitting on his face.
Mine is definitely The Rock.
The Rock? You like, what is it? What do you say? What you like what The Rock is cooking?
Even though I should pick someone not married, huh?
But it's a hall pass.
Okay. The Rock, for sure. Oh, my God.
I mean, yeah. What is your best move in the bedroom? Are you doing yoga over there in the bedroom?
You know what? I don't know. Damn, those questions are good. I really don't know.
I'm putting these thoughts in your head.
I mean, I think I would like to say I incorporate my, flexibility.
Sex position you would like to try?
I don't really know what I haven't tried.
Well, I see. What are your completely off the limits in the bedroom that you're absolutely not, never trying, not doing it, or I've tried it before?
Peeing on me?
No golden showers for you. Have you had it happen?
No, but I don't
never
want
letting
it to happen.
What if you were in the shower? Would you let it?
It wouldn't be that bad.
I just think the peeing on someone on a bed is just out of pocket. Who's cleaning that up later? I don't even want to be in the hotel room because where are you sleeping? Right. Not next to me. No, yeah. Golden showers, I feel are only supposed to happen in the shower.
Right.
Hence, golden shower.
Golden shower. Yeah. I didn't even know that was the
I peed on someone's head one time. It was really exhilarating. I had a pee fetish for a really long time. Oh my God. Because it was it made me feel like Superwoman. I don't know why, but it was just because but it wasn't again in my bedroom. It was always it first started because back when I was doing scenes in porn. Mm-hmm. And so afterwards you take a shower after you're done a scene and all the whole thing. And so this one guy, he was like, yeah. I was like, can I pee on your head? And he's like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, so I stood over him and I peed on him, and it made me feel so alive.
Wow, seriously.
There's no TMI here at Private Talk. Okay. But you know what I mean? But I don't know why. But then after that, I was I want to pee on people. So in the shower, I would pee on them. And then I forget who the one person who broke it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to pee. He's like, no, you're not. And I was like, yeah, I am. And then I got pee shy and it never came back. I can't pee anymore. I lost my pee powers.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's different, right? Here at Private Talk, you never know what's going to come out of my mouth, the guest's mouth. But I hope you're liking this episode. Make sure you subscribe and comment below. We've got a couple more questions for you. You're doing great. I hope you're having fun doing it. It's, sometimes
interesting.
It's a little different sometimes. Have you ever called someone the wrong name during sex?
No, I haven't.
Has someone ever called you the wrong name during sex?
No, never happened either.
Have you ever done the walk of shame?
Yeah.
Describe it to us.
Wait, walk of shame, am I understanding that right? It's when you get up in the morning and...
Yeah, and you're like in the clothes, like club clothes, like so it's really noticeable, or you have like all your like makeup on and you're going to like a really uncomfortable place and walking through it and everyone knows that you've been partying.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that was probably one of my one-night stand stories.
I had a really great one in Bali. I had to ride a moped going home somewhere and not knowing if I was ever going to make it there because I only have had 2 one-night stands in my whole life, which seems unexpected since I used to do porn. But you'd be surprised, it's just not like that. It's not all free for all. It's actually a business and people, like doing those places. But everywhere else when I travel, whatever, I'm not really like that at all. So this one time I did, and I literally had to get in a moped and leave, and it's in the morning, and I'm in club clothes, and there's all these little kids being walked to school. I was like, oh, please, can I just please find myself? But yeah, I made it. I made it back to my hotel safely. Good. I'm still here, so yes, we're doing good. All right, last one.
All right, we know what that is.
Ace of Spades, Private Talk. All right, it's our naughty question, our favorite here at Private Talk. Let's see. What's your favorite place to have sex? Are you an adventurous person where it's like you like to be like outside kind of, or partially like on balconies? Have you ever done anything like that? Or it's like just strictly like in your home?
I mean,
bed, in the kitchen, in the counter.
I do like adventurous stuff, but I haven't done it enough to be like, oh, this is it.
See, your new man's going to be the adventurous one for you. He's going to just be like, he's going to take the reins and do it for you.
We're speaking it into existence.
Are you part of the Mile High Club?
What's that?
You've had sex on an airplane.
No. Oh, wow. You teaching me all these.
That's what Miss Texas is here for. Yes.
No, but on a bus.
On a bus?
Yeah.
Okay.
From Germany to Paris. I was like maybe 16 or 17.
Was it during the day or was it at night?
It was dark. It was the evening.
Evening time. That's adventurous. Does size matter?
It does, and I learned that recently.
Explain to Private Talk.
I don't want to go into details.
I want the truth!
Hey, not details, but like, what do you mean? Like, why does it matter?
I always thought it doesn't really matter that much, but once I had an experience
did you have somebody
really small,
But were the feelings there though, and it just wasn't, his D wasn't there?
Nah, it was just so small, and I was
because like some people, I feel like when you catch feelings for people, whatever, like it's like more you can deal with.
Yes.
It. But was it like did you like this person?
I did.
Where you could, and then he was just like, because I've been there too, and I'm just like, get off of me, this is not working.
I did like him until I realized that it was so small, and it was part of the reason why
he was single.
Didn't work out. Maybe. Maybe.
Oh no! Are we small penis shaming? We don't want to.
Yeah, man. I can't believe that I'm actually saying it because I used to be the one like I would never not be with someone because it's small.
But how small is small? Like it's like 5, like 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't even know, but it was just the smallest I ever had, and I could not. No, I had to be like.
Did you abort the mission? You didn't even attempt it, or you just didn't repeat offend?
I didn't. I did go. We went all the way, but
you just didn't
afterwards I was not with it. I was turned off. I was like,
have you ever faked an orgasm?
Yeah. Yes.
Without a doubt.
I have. Not often, but it happened before.
I like that. All right. I think that you have successfully completed Truth with Texas.
Yay.
I hope you guys liked getting to know Miss Amina a little bit more,
Yeah, I haven't been asked these.
Is there any question that you have for me? Since I've put you in the hot seat, since I gave you a little, we got to know all parts of you, which I love.
I mean, I don't know. And I would have so many questions for you. just about you as a person, because he seems so, now I feel like we're getting to know each other.
Exactly. That's why private talk I love is like in the beginning, I try not to, even when you guys come in, it's like, I try not to ask too many questions because I want to know you now and authentically. So I'm like, but at the end, it's like, we're friends.
Like I would want to know your whole story now. Like,
we're going to go and find men together because I'm single. I have a hard time dating. I think that it's awkward sometimes because of the environment that we're put into. And, again, like you being from a reality and musician and having a high profile, like, relationship, me, that I used to be in the adult industry, and everyone thinks that I'm over sexualized.
How do men respond to that? I want to know.
It's both. You know what I mean? I have the ones where, for me, why I feel like it's a hard time is because I don't ever know if they're dating Alexis Texas or they're dating me. So, and it's a part of who I am, but it's something that I have no shame into. I enjoyed doing it. I no longer actively do it, but it's something that's always going to be part of my life and my brand. And so I have no shame about it at all. But it's also, I feel like people misconstrue a lot about what the business is. And so, anyone that's recently been in my life, have been okay with it to a point, but I don't let people in my life like that as well. So again, with the hard time, it's like, do you really like me? Or like, it's just those head things, you know what I mean? But I think that, I've done a lot of self-work within the quarantine and things like that. I've, I'm divorced for, over 5 years, but you realize certain times when you have a stillness, things that you needed to work on and improve and stuff like that. So I feel like I am ready to date and go out there, at this time, but it's just like finding the right person. I'm very like demisexual, which means is like, I need to like your brain and what you have going on. I can't just be like, oh my God, I just want to fuck. I'm not about that. As much as like I'm very highly sexually, like I mean, I'm probably a nympho when I'm in the right situation, but I'm not just throwing it out there just because I have, I'm a little bit more aware of things like that. But, that's why for me, it's like, I love meeting new people, especially women coming on here, having all, different walks of life. But we also, really similar in a lot of different things too, and go through the same, ups and downs with the industry of this, like being, you're this, you're that. And you're like, no, like get to know me. So private talk for me has been my safe place for getting to know my, have my voice out there without being censored and having, my, take on my experiences and with the guests and getting to know everybody. But so
cool.
I enjoy you taking the time and coming on, getting to know us a little bit better, and you as well, and putting yourself out there. So please tell us again your social media so we can support you and anything you have going on.
Please follow me at Amina Buddafly, AMINA BUDDAFLY.
All right, Private Talk. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe, and until next time.